Hey everyone, my name is Michael Renick. I'm a licensed real estate broker serving the west coast of Florida, not the west coast of the United States, but of Florida. Welcome. This is the third in my series of how to create a blog. I've shared in the past why blogs are so important as we move from SEO to AEO, and I explained that in previous videos. But it's all about getting ready so that the LLMs, the AIs, will find us when they're being asked to refer for an agent. Things are changing. It's not how to become first on Google anymore. It's a lot different. So what I'm trying to do is show you a way you can create blogs that make sense. In other words, we don't want to just create blogs. We want to create blogs that will actually make a difference. And when I say make a difference, they are information that people are searching for, they want to read. So in the past, I showed us how to go out to Google keywords, answer the public. Now our next step in the process is creating the titles or the subjects. And that's what we're going to walk through here. I'm going to do a couple of things first. So I have an automation process and I'm going to run that right now. So let me switch over here alone. So let me hit the right button. So if we go into that, and I will bring the automation up right now, I will, in the title generation, let's go back for a second. In the automated, and I'm going to show you the manual method in a minute, but we actually have, when we go into the blog creation, we have 4 steps: creating the title, creating the actual content for the titles that I approve, and then creating images for the content that I approve. And then I transfer them to a Airtable, a database online, where it's ready to move into my WordPress blog website. It puts a JSON code and all that kind of stuff. Don't worry about that terminology if you don't understand that. We're going to come back to it at the right step, one step at a time. So let's do this. Let's go through, and I'm going to click on execute, and it's going to ask for a file. So let's move this out of the way for a little bit. I've got a couple of files here that I've generated. So let's minimize that. And let's go in here and let's see. Let's grab this file here. And I'll show you how to put them together. But my program actually will let me bring in 2 files here. So let's get this ready here. And stay tuned. If you want to see the manual part, I'm happy to share that. But let me get back here to the right screen so we can watch this thing transpire. All this is going to do is going to go out and create some titles for me to approve. So let's put my name in here. The rest of that is not required. And let's generate right now, let's say 20 titles. And I want to go through them. We're not going to create content on all 20 right now, but let's go ahead and do that. So this is an automated process. So as you watch that spin on the screen, and I hope you can see that, it's going through and it's parsing the CSV files. It's taking the data that's in there. It's combining the 2 files because as I shared in the previous video, there was some different keywords I wanted to choose. It's right now going up there and it's looking at how it can pull in information to know what's important. It's creating the blogs right now, or the blog titles, not the actual blogs. I have a check in here that after it creates, it goes back up to my database and says, have I created any of these titles before? If so, I need to replace them. And that's a step that it just went through. It didn't. So right now, this is finished in its entirety. So what does that mean? Let's go up and take a look. It's that fast when you automate this. And that's why I can create really an unlimited number of blogs per day in terms of setting my team up, Team Renick, so that we're the ones that are going to be found when the LLMs are looking for us. So let's take a look at this. I think it's in this Airtable right here. So when we go here, all of these are all these that are under review. So Florida real estate market trends, top 10 home buying tips, selling your home in Florida, a comprehensive guide. So when we take a look at these, I'm going to select the ones that I think are more related. Remember the topic we chose. I want to find luxury real estate. And that's one of the challenges right now. We're going to run these, and I've actually changed the prompt that I'm going to use in the next step. But this, I just want to show you how you get the titles, because you want to go through, and if you're manually going to do it, let's do this. Here's the prompt I used to use. I can get that out of the way. And if you want this prompt, all you have to do is give me a call. I'd be happy to share it. But you go through and you would just go into ChatGPT and you would fill out this prompt ahead of time in terms of what you're looking for, who you are, your team name, and you would put it in there and you would ask it to generate the titles. And you could say, I want 10 titles, 20 titles, 50 titles. And when you go through and then you select the titles, And that's the end of this step. I want to do these in chunks so that it's a lot easier to understand. So what we have right here is at this stage, wrong file. Let's come back into here. What we have, and let's come back into single screen. We have created that title. So we went out to Google keyword search in an earlier video to find some keywords that people are looking at. We went up to answer the public to enhance that search a little bit more. We want to really understand what the search is. We bring that in, and now we're creating titles. And based on that, we want to be selective on the titles. And then as important, and maybe the most important thing would be the next step where we create the content, the actual blogs. So I want to stop at this point. I've shown you for the manual process, it'd be nothing more than going into ChatGPT, and you would load the prompt that I showed you on the screen, and you don't necessarily have a copy, but send me an email and I'll share that. You would load that in there along with the CSV files you got from Answer the Public. And from there, it would stop and it would generate the topics for you. It would generate the subjects. From there, we would take the next step. There's 2 prompts included in that package, and you would start generating content and you would generate images. So this really, once you've got this down, it's a very simple process to work through, whether it's manual or whether you have it automated. With an automated process, I can go a lot higher in terms of the number of blogs I produce. With a manual process, I would do it smaller. But the key is we want to produce content that people are wanting to read. And when you do that continuously, or you do it all the time, you do it every single day, the LLMs are going to get used to that. And so when they need an expert in your area, like I service the West Coast of Florida, when someone is asking ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity or Google Gemini for an agent out here, I stand a better chance of being referred. And also when people are doing searches on topics, my blogs stand a better chance of coming up to the top. So again, if you got any questions, I have nothing to sell. I have no product to sell. I'm not selling my time, but I'd like to work with you. Feel free to give me a call. There's no catch. My cell phone is on the screen here, and we can help take it to the next level here. And I appreciate you watching, and reach out. Let me know how I can help.